Hey guys, it's Tarkin coming at you with another game of Hardcore Diablo 2 Resurrected. We're here in Nightmare with our Skelemancer. He is level 61. He is a conqueror. We beat Bale yesterday, but we absolutely are not ready to hit up hell difficulty yet. We've got to get this thing together, right? So we're just going to run some cows. There's plenty of runes that might allow us something. I'm like, why am I not getting bodies? Alright, there we go. Anyway, let's find Rakanishu and move forward. Now, the best path to upgrade is to get boots that, you know, are better. But now that I'm remembering, I'm like, we need to swap for our magic find gear. If we're running cows, our magic find gear, such as it is, you know. I moved out of the resist gear, the proper gear, last night. Just like the crummiest little amount of magic resist, or of magic find. We lose a pretty crummy ring for it, but hey, you know, these are fine resists for there. You know, 50 is good enough to walk around inside, and like if there's an electrical one, you know, you won't get too nervous about it. And we do end up, although I doubt the screen tells you, with, you know, an amount of magic find between what we get, you know, from that gear and the shield, you know, incidental just strips here and there. You know, we're probably at, you know, around 100, hardly 700, but a number. Let's just go find that leg. Because really I like cows the same reason everybody likes cows. It's not because what you get there is good, it's because it's very chill. And if the terror zone leads somewhere that we actually want to go, then we'll definitely, you know, go there, but because theoretically, like, in cows, we could just find, like, some 4-socket armor and throw, like, a bunch of raw runes into it, you know, or row sort of thing, and just brute force some resists. But we can get 50 to resist all from smoke, and that feels better than that. You know, without trying to arrange it too much, we ended up with 3 perfect diamonds and no perfect anything else. Pretty funny. That's the one we desired most anyway. And it didn't even occur to me that we may not have them. Anyway, let's get to cows. Here we are in Moo Moo Farm, the secret cow level. Open in boxes. Of course, there's no, like, tension or excitement playing cows. That's why you play cows. I mean, you could still die. Absolutely, you can still die. But, you know, it's about having a good, chill time. And they drop absolutely zounds of items. Now, not, like, super great chances of them being good, but if you kill a lot of them, some of them will be good. And they clump beautifully. And the important thing is, like, once they're clumped, you know, there's only a few uniques in the whole place. And once they're clumped, you just chill. Like, they're not going to surprise you. They're cows, you know. They're going to move. They're going to do their thing. And this is not the Cow King's area. The walls are much too short. Swayas are like the size for the assassins, so I usually don't even bother picking them up. We'll sell it. And we've got like a couple crummy crushing blow items, which is really good because we can make an iron golem with them for act bosses later, which may be something and may not. We do also need to think about money, because if we can just gamble up a bunch of boots, we can get better boots. We have fine boots, like, but the ones we're wearing for resist are just like 38 flat fire resist, which is fine, but you know, if you could get that on a rare with some run walk, or even on a magic item with some run walk, all of a sudden it's a different thing. That you know, my item doing charged bolt on the merc. Alright, he got popped. Poor Asab. One socket broad, totally useless. So get 4, you could just like make another spirit later and be like, give me more magic absorb. Hardly the thing most people care about on it, but. Because even if we got, like, an ethereal poleaxe, our insight is in a very bad base. It's, like, in a bill or something. Being cursed is not ideal. We're just gonna go clear it. There's no point in feeling sketchy. If you die in Nightmare Cows, you're a chump. Nice. But, you know, when you can get, like, almost a full level from running a cow level, it's definitely good to run it. I mean, you could run anything at this point. Oh, there's King Land. We're not going over there. We can probably skirt this side without seeing him. His pack is like fast, so if we see any cows booking it, we'll just get out of there. There we go. You know what I'd like to see? A bunch more 19 life small charms. Well, aside from the level, not that fruitful, but, I mean, we get a level. And money, Money's not nothing. Money could be anything. It could even be what we always wanted, boots. And the thing is, too, is we kind of do need money because our merc is going to die a lot when we go up in difficulty. It'll be alright. What are you going to do, right? Let's roll another cow level. The clay golem hurts not at all, but hey, that's not what it's here for. Alright, now we got our bros. Let's just find the portal. There it is. Rakanishu. Conviction Rakanishu. If you see this in hell, just leave. And for polearms, we're looking for 4 or 5 socketed, preferably ethereal ones. That would be, like, the ideal, right? $5, yeah, we've already got some of those. We'll just toss them. We don't need to. I'm not as confident as I used to be in just saying, don't pick it up. But I also don't always remember if we picked it up on this character. And I do, like, it's fun to daydream of, like, how many items we'll see before the music stops, you know. Increasing the radius. And of course, in geometry, tells us that, you know, even though it says you're increasing the radius by 0.3 each time, you know, that still is a pretty big number that you end up getting. Thanks, geometry. Wouldn't know what to do without you. I'm just joking. The only time I ever do geometry is when I'm playing Warhammer. I need to do the Pythagorean theorem to calculate something because rulers are inadequate. Two sockets garbage. You can get a 3-socket mask. We have one, but always happy to look for more 3-socket helms. There's a couple of very good rune words that we might indulge in if the accident will. Trimmers are slowing. I don't know if it can hit the cow level. It might be able to. I would still be... I mean, I feel like terrorized cows would be great. Maybe it would be sketchy, but I feel like, you know, fundamentally, just cows. I mean, once you get a dead body, I mean, level 20 Necro can clear it, right? That reminds me, revives. Normally you don't spend many points at all on revive. I elected to. I don't know if it was right. My thinking overall is that since we are likely to have very small amounts of plus to skills due to wanting to prioritize survivability, that we won't be able to get as many revives as normal. Because normally, you know, you can get like 10 plus to skills without trying that hard. But if I like get a wizard spike, you know, we're wearing that. We're not trying to wear some other thing. Speaking of wizard spike, I would absolutely love to get one that would really take a load off. And there is the cow fort there, so we will just give it a berth. We will berth on around it. We will give it a bertha. That is exactly how you talk about boats or forts. And if it wasn't, it is now. Because you're never going to get the most amazing stuff out of Nightmare Cows, but you can get legitimately fine things. And the rune we're hunting, which we could get out of Nightmare Countess theoretically, although it's a bit high in her table, it's not like a high rune, it's the level 37 rune. We should be able to get it, you know, with a little bit of luck. There's plenty of uniques in this drop table that could work for us, and, you know, we'll get some eventually. Barracks in jail, we are definitely not going to. Look, I will be happy to go to any terror zone that is above ground with high visibility. Or rune, which is good because, like, we might just, you know, get a helmet and throw some orts in it, like a triple ort helm, you know, just bam, here's your 100 light resist. Although I'd prefer to find a solution that gave us resist all, because although lightning is the most important one, followed very quickly by fire, they're all important. They're all good resists, right? And the better your resists are, the comfier you get to feel. How many cows does it take to defeat a cow? Well, it's a trick question, you see. When you've got really big corpse explode numbers, you can just, like, grab a lot of them. I don't love doing this on hardcore and, like, trying to hurt a bunch of them, simply because, like, there are unique packs, and theoretically, bad things could happen to you for it. You know, you're the leader of the pack. You want to stay with the pack so that you can lead them. Like, there are my skeletons. I gotta go. They need me. I love cows. This to me, this is like the chillest of all Diablo experiences, like Necromancer cows. So when you're playing to go fast, like with Javazon or something, or, you know, for anyone who's not in hardcore, I mean, cows are, you know, you're trying to get through it, so this sort of meandering pace would be annoying. But as it is here, you know, it's a pleasant change from the tension of Act 5. I mean, sure, we're cursed and that's bad, but do you have to care? Not really, they're just cows. Technically, this is very bad practice, and I should have the discipline to go cure the curse, just so I don't forget to when it matters. But now it's over, and I've learned no lesson, alas. Grim shields are nice because they look like bones. You know, not that great of a run. They can't all be winners. Still, every new pack of cows is an opportunity to turn it around. And I mean, hey, you know, we're still getting half a level, more than half a level per cow run. Rune, don't mind if I do. Little close. We just want to get away real quick. Our weapon swap is still the socketed bow that I thought I might put Rals in someday. Alright, what if we moved to hell now? We could do an Ancient's Pledge there. And throw... I don't know. No, I mean 60's a little early anyway. It's not gonna hurt us to be a little disciplined and try to level up before entering hell. Angelic Saber. I don't know if we've actually ID'd it here yet, though, so let's go ahead and grab it. Whoops. Garbage. Garbage. You know, sometimes you'll get good stuff in surprising places, even in Nightmare, right? Like an item I would love to see is Skin of the Viper Magi, and that can absolutely drop all these places. Once more into the breach, the Moo Moo farm has nothing on us. Cow. Just a nice chill mooing time, and we've already come across. And we'll just go this way. you know, there's like a lot of existential questions about the cow level. You know, where did the cows come from? Who fashioned them? The halberds? Will we ever know? Are they happy? Or do they merely moo? It's really just like slightly too close to the fort for my comfort. We should probably not be here. And it's fine, you can just bounce. He's not that dangerous. You just don't want to accidentally him. But hopefully, you know, look, any levels are fine. And really, if we get like 10 more levels, which we'll need to do some kind of way anyway, then our Merc will be at good resist before we go in. Of course, we don't have a good way of getting him over cap, even though it would be real nice to. We don't have any physical or damage reduction on him or anything, even though it would be nice to. Ooh, rare gauntlets, please be good whenever I ID you. Soul rune, very nice indeed. We'll certainly want one of these for something else soon. Garbage. Terrible. Bad. Heyo. Cold damage. So what? 8% fire resist though. Now we've got a winner. I will carry any resist charms in this inventory until they're all maxed. Any of them. That's an amazing win, right? 8% fire res. That's awesome. If I could get an 8% to some resist charm for a handful of cow levels, I'll be running a couple of handfuls of them, right? Awesome. Awesome. Feels good. Because we're going to be sacrificing a lot of other stats in order to get our high resist for hell. And then, as you gradually get better gear, you can sort of mix them around and then try to get, you know, good stats and survivability. But survivability is the principal concern. Can't raise the dead when you're dead. We're a necromancer, not a lich. I'm a doctor, not a necromancer, or whatever he says. Just give me a body. There we go. Another Eisenheart. That dude's sword really gets around. Hey, Miniquin. Oh, we're just doing the cow level. Need to get some better gear before we go to the final difficulty level. And cows are nice and chill. They don't drop the best stuff, but they dropped lots and lots of random junk. And since most of my stuff isn't that good, the random junk could definitely be better. And it's a very chill run, because they don't do anything special, they just run. Because there's 3 difficulties, and, you know, in each of them, the difficulty gets higher, but one of the ways the difficulty gets higher is it increases, or rather it decreases your resistances when you go up in difficulty. So, like, go to the first difficulty, you know, they're normal. Second difficulty, -40, and then third difficulty, -100, so... I am playing on a controller and on the keyboard. I play on the keyboard and mouse for when I'm using the menus. And I have a controller for playing the game, yes. I find that it's a lot easier to do. Whoops. If you put it in the personal thing, it'll put it in your personal stash. Anyway, the rune page getting filled out a little. But if we make the decision to, we could just go to the top difficulty and see how it goes, but we're still getting plenty of upgrades and plenty of experience. So let's go get a leg. We're right by the portal. To make the cow level, you have to have beaten that difficulty before. And then you go to the first zone here. These gauntlets probably won't be good because it's Act 1, but they could be. They're not. It's okay. Oh, skeletons. There we go. You go and you grab a leg off of this body. Sounds gruesome. He was the blacksmith's apprentice in the first game. The blacksmith is here. But the cow level, it used to be like a really good place to level, and now it's merely pretty good. This zone is like a place you do in the first act of the difficulty, so you can, like, most of the items you get, you wouldn't expect them to be good, and you don't have to, like, be that afraid of the guys. 2-socket halberd is garbage. And then they have this thing, the cube here, where you can put various items together and make new things or whatever. And when you put the Scroll of Town portal in with that poor deceased person's peg leg, you get to the portal to Moo Moo Farm, filled with hell bovines. And later, the bodies of hell bovines. Because my character, the Necromancer, we leverage bodies into corpse explosions. That's our core gameplay loop. Oop, nope. There's a Cow King. If you kill the Cow King, you can't make the cow level in that difficulty again. So you're scared of him because you're scared to hurt him. He also can hit kind of hard, but I'm not like scared he'll kill me. Principally, I'm scared that we'll accidentally kill him. Although he could theoretically kill me, and then I would, lose my character forever, but whatever. Because there's several things we need to get stronger in before we can really tackle hell, but we can go maybe soon. But there's these things called terror zones, which randomly go around the game after you've beaten the difficulty, which I'm not that familiar with because they put them in after I stopped playing in like 2022 or something. But basically, it takes the zone and it levels up all the creatures there, so you can get better drops and stuff while still, not losing your gear performance by moving up in difficulty. But sometimes, like, it tells you where they're at. They switch every, like, 30 minutes or so. And I think they're the same for everybody on the whole server. But basically, if it's, like, a good place that I would want to take the character, we go. And if it kind of stinks, then we keep on doing cows. So far, it's not been very good places for us to go. Because if there's a lot of, like, winding corridors and line of sight blockers, that's a dangerous place. You don't want to just go there, right? You want wide open spaces, room to make a big mistake and all of that. That's what you want. You want to blame yourself if you die, not the fact that you walked into a doorway. Doorways are real killers in this game. You can't see what's happening until you're there. But we're about to get another level. We've gotten like 2 or 3 already here. The levels go quick right now. This is not like a bad time to be fighting cows, so. Another small charm. Show me the money. Show me the money. Gold from monsters. Well, it could have been good. 25 fire resist on the ring isn't, like, good. I want a Dwarf Star. That's what I want. Dwarf Star's a unique ring with fire resist, max life, fire absorb. Be nice. They're not, like, rare. I just don't have one. That's the thing with doing a self-found character, a lot of stuff you might have if you're using a bigger, wider selection of guys. Easy, but I find it very engaging to work with what you've got. And as a first hardcore character, you know, Summon Necro is the one, because while I focus a lot on, like, survivability, resist, all that, like, I'm pretty sure that you could beat the game without any gear. Oh, nope, 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 nope. I didn't want to leave the charm on the ground, but that was the Cow King. I wasn't worried about the damage, but I was worried about that. But we're all... Oh, no, not reset. Large charms are almost never good. They could be. You know, they could have life and stuff on them, but, you know, grand charms can have really interesting stuff, like plus to skills for a whole tree on them. And small charms, of course, are small, so they're desirable, and they can have, you know, the life and resist you get on 2 small charms will outpace what you can get on the large charm, basically. Level 63. I wonder where I am on the ladder right now. Let's check. On all classes, I am in 24,000th place, but for Necromancers, I am in 408th. That's me. And we see the 3 guys in front of us are dead, and a lot of these are dead, so we'll be able to jump over them if we keep on playing. Ooh, isn't it fun? I'm gonna be top 400 on the server for Necromancers in 2026. I'll be a hero. Everybody's gonna know my name. I'm just playing. No, nobody even knows the people on the top of the ladder, let alone the people in 400th. Corruption begins to fade. That means we're going to get a new place after this. Hopefully. Like, I would love it to be, you know, Act 1. One of these nice open spaces here, or like Countess. That would be the ideal. But this is already in Act 1, so... There's plenty of overland places in Act 3 that we'd find acceptable. Anyway, let's get that portal. Two XP shrines 4 inches from each other. Pretty annoying stuff. Holding on to the XP shrine would have been better, but you know. If we put our shoulder to the wheel, we might hit top 400 before I have to go to work. Accomplishments, right? But you know, at least in Hardcore Ladder, you can see if the people in front of you are alive, which gives you, you know, rather a lot of information about whether or not you can catch them. Because, like, you know, on the other ladder, you know, I've never really cared about, like, my overall ranking. It's just more like it's fun to see, right? But you know, the regular ladder, anyone underneath you could always, like, you know, really catch up, and the people above you can keep on going. But on Hardcore, you could look and be like, oh, that's a grayed out name, you know. Whoops. I don't think they're coming back. Outer Steps and Plains of Despair. Yeah, but we're wearing real gear for it. we'll just drop the magic find. Go here. That's sort of low cold resist. It's fine. Yeah, this is fine, and we'll still have the leg. $36 poison resist. You know, it's not good, but it's a big number. All right. Alright, as we walk out, we're potentially going to be in a hyper amount of danger, so we just got to, like, walk back in if that's the case. Alright, we got a corpulent. That's not so bad. Alright, if we get all our guys down, then we'll be okay. Yep, we'll be okay. These guys aren't good, but they are tanky. Alright, we got leapers as well. That's totally fine. You can't revive leapers because they're, like, too annoying for the game to give you, which is pretty funny. Alright, we've got actually very, very low danger mobs here, so this is excellent. Need to see if there's like a Venom Lord, a fourth one on the roll, because if not, we can definitely move to, like, actual just, like, magic find gear here, but so you go around a bit more, you don't want to think, okay, it's just definitely going to be 3. But a nice safe roll here. Really, if you just avoid Venom Lords, the winged demons, whatever their base form is called, I'm not sure. Just stab him. Come on. Goodness gracious. I guess he does have stone skin, but our Merc isn't even hitting him, and he's the one who does the most. It's all good. Yeah, because it makes it to level 65, but I'm feeling like this doesn't really feel like better. Maybe because I'm lower level, like, it's not so good. I'm like, I feel like cows is better than this, right? Still, we might as well do it. After all, we already came out here. a very low lethality outer steps. It really just goes to show how much the difficulty can be enhanced by a mob roll. Because everyone here is a joke except those fire-breathing dudes who are no jokes at all. But they didn't show up for work, so, you know, now we're fine. Yeah, in conclusion, this is definitely not a very good experience. But, you know, there's not high mob density here either, so it's definitely all about, you know, probably about what level you are and then about where it is. Because these guys, you know, for all that they're annoying, it's not like we're getting a big payoff here. But that's conviction nonsense. Let's not. Yeah, let's just go do cows. This is a silly place. Heyo. That is awesome. There, we trade 45 life for 14 all resist, which is very good indeed. Very good indeed. I think you make that trade. Just take 100 resist all for 400 life? I mean, maybe. Okay, so we were just barely over cap there on fire, which could have checked anyway, but yeah. Definitely still got so far to go. Alright, let's go get some cows. It's the super secret cow level. It's very secret. Secret, secret. Secret, cow secret. Dire Break, magic resistant, special hit, very cool name. I'm like, you know, all this looks like it's going to be worth a lot. And we actually do need money because the Merc costs 50 grand to resurrect at the top level. We're not quite there yet, but we will be 25 life Grand Charm. I hate to say, but we might carry it. Not right now, but later. I have a 19 life Small Charm but a 25 life Grand Charm might be carryable, right? When we go to hell, probably. Probably. Cows are just the chillest. You know, I didn't... The shame, like, whenever I was really into Diablo, I hadn't started drinking coffee yet, right? I didn't start drinking coffee, not really until I was, like, 20, 21, something like that. And it's just the best to wake up and have some nice chill games in the cow level, drinking a cup of coffee in the morning, you know. I didn't know what I was doing. No, my family didn't drink coffee, so I didn't really get the opportunity to start. Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be better than Terror, at least for a little while, just because, you know, our ability to confidently clear big groups, you know, in the Terrors, you don't have that anywhere else, right? Because you never know what the mobs are going to do, and none of them are as simple and predictable as cows. Even Fallen are, you know, a little more wild and crazy guys. Another Rowl! Huzzah! We do need Rowls to maybe do a pledge, or, you know, to stick in an armor for fire resist raw, maybe. And for other stuff. Rowls are good. And then, this is gonna be glorious. Yes. Just so beautiful. Yeah, this is definitely more efficient than doing the terror zones for experience right now. We're gonna keep on with this. This is a good plan. Like, I need an excuse to run cows. The chillest and most fun run of all time. I have built characters specifically to be even better at doing cows. This is like the fort, so we want to give it a wide berth if we can. 2 sockets useless. 2 sockets useless. 26 cold resist ring. Bad. We're gonna run in here. The Cow King could be around, but I just want to get this crown to check it. And then we're gonna bounce. And move around this way. Yeah, that's right. Hit him with the old move. Just sort of in a sketchy spot here. Run around, run around. Come on, get a kill, guys. Come on now. There we go. Beautiful. Three socket crown, lovely. Max damage, worthless. The crown is good though. The crown is good because there are 3 socket rune words you can put into it, and then also like if you just, this is the thing that you can do, and it's not bad. You can just put like 3 Ort runes in it, right? That's 90 light resist. You can just get an armor and put like 3 rows in it. That's 90 fire resist, and then you can just go bam. Okay, there's my 100-ish resist to get parity for hell, and then you know you find some points somewhere else and you're pretty good. It's absolutely essential that you find a way to get them. You know, it's just up to you to find where you're getting them from. We're selling the Cobalt ring. We're not going to take a clear blue 26 cold resist ring at any point. Fire or lightning, depending on what we're doing, maybe, but not cold. And we'll just skirt the bottom level of them here. And we'll be making our way downtown in the Moo Moo Farm where the cows swing halberds and they're homebound. Every grand charm is a wish your heart makes. Not good. We'll hold on to it until we go to town, just because, I mean, some gold. It's not meaningless for what we're doing here. It's just, it's hardly worth the inventory space. Maybe this will be like a... You can get small charms with resist all and life on them. Shimmering small charms of Vita, and when I tell you they are nice to get, you can also get them with magic find, but I'd rather have life at this point. And these are charms that you can absolutely get at this point in the game. Just a matter of being the chosen lucky one, right? think that's just about all the cows for this farm, too. Yep. Alright, one more? Yeah, let's do another one. We can get to level 64 and see what rank we are before we have to go to work. We already have a better one than that. You know, the rune stash is there, and this stash is growing all the time. And our stash of trash continues to accumulate junk. Like, a charm with resist, no matter the kind, should go in here to be evaluated and not in these other pages to be forgotten. Alright. It would just be really nice if they would drop a Lum rune. Specifically that one. Alright, there's our dudes. Now let's find the portal and carry on. Worth it. It's like they dropped us in the fort. They dropped us right by the fort. We're just going to move up this way. some point, we need to decide if we're going to try to, like, respec for max block, which I wouldn't hate the idea of. I would just need a good shield first, right? Like, if I get a storm shield, then respecking to go for max block becomes more reasonable. But I don't want to drop 200 hit points to get to max block on a shield without, like, the gear to follow it up. Because there are two schools of thought. One school of thought is get the max block. The hits are going to do more than the 200 life you'll get for that 100 vitality. The other school is don't get hit. Just don't get hit. The unavoidable hits are going to be elemental damage, and that is where you need to focus on. I'm not sure which school is correct. I am of the big HP pool school. I believe in hardiness as the security against despair when it comes to hardcore play. Moo! Moo! It's just so great when you get an explosion rolling. And we're just finally getting enough points into it now to where it's pretty big where it hits. Corpse explodes, so, you know, due to, you know, the circumference of a circle being, you know, relative to the square of the blah, 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 you get a lot of value the more points you get into corpse explosion. In a way that some Greek guy drawn in the sand could have told you about. Probably. And yet a different Greek guy drawn in the sand would not be able to tell you. Heyo! Very good indeed. Not ethereal, but still very good indeed. I think we're going to go make another insight right now. Four-socket flail? Heyo! Now, a four-socket flail is very important. You need it for Heart of the Oak, Kovacs Polthul. Flails, when you force sockets into them with the quest, right, will generate 5 sockets, which you do need for a different rune word. But the thing is that a four-socket flail, because it is not max sockets, you can't quest that amount of sockets in, typically, so they are very desirable to get a hold of. Speaking of desirable, we have a lance, which is so much more desirable than a bill for this. But actually, maybe not, right? Because, I mean, it's a lot slower, but, well, you know, it'll hit a lot harder. And we don't need fast attack speed till we get Crushing Blow. Well, I can make it without a worry, so... Valtier Tell Soul. You know, it's, Oh, no. I forgot. So, I forgot. Well, that stinks. The spear is not a polearm. The spear does not get that. Well, that's a waste. Ah, well. Polearms, not spears. Polearms for insight. Anyway, real noob moment there. I have absolutely done that before. And every time I think, wait, did I spell it wrong? Nope, you're just a dummy. It's alright. We can make another one. It wasn't a great base anyway. But, you know, let that be a lesson to me to always check, you know, the actual words before before you make something big. Pretty annoying. Not the end of the world. It wouldn't have, you know, that wouldn't have been even that much better than ours. It would have just maybe been a little better. No, 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 no! No! We killed the king. Oh, man. That's real bad. I can't believe that. I didn't even notice we were so close. And then we just roasted him. Oh, man. Well, no more cows. Oh, that stinks. This was such a good place to level. I feel sick. I can't believe I did that. What an idiot. You know, it's because I was still feeling annoyed about messing up the rune word, but that just, you know, you shouldn't play hardcore if you're in a mood, right? You shouldn't. Ah, that's so annoying, because this was a great place to level, and now we will only have places to level. There will be no more great places. Oh, that stinks. So annoying. I can't believe... Oh, man. That's so bad. Too, because I would have been happy to do cows for, like 6 more levels or something, and now I can't. I'm sure they never made it so you can just kill the king. Maybe we'll try, though. Maybe they swapped it. That is... it's rough. Leave it to me to get rid of the best place in the game for me. Because the thing is without cows, like, we might as well go into the top difficulty where we're not ready. You're not supposed to play that close to it, and I know that, and I popped him anyway. I should have poured it out. I panicked. I was trying to leave the game, but I should have just poured it out. On this controller, it's so hard to leave the game quickly. Meh. But nope, I had to go. Had to go next to the fort. Ah, it really burns me up. I guess I'll just try to make another one. I don't think it's gonna let me. I doubt they changed it. Because really we can just go to Hell difficulty, try to get decent enough resist, and then run Hell Countess a whole bunch to get more ready for the rest of it. And that's not, like, a bad choice. I just hoped to be safer in Nightmare Cows and get us another big old chunk. I mean, we might end up, depending on how Hell feels, we might just, you know, delay it anyway and just play other stuff in Nightmare until we get to level 70 or 75 or something. Which might sound high to people who have played the game, but look, it's hardcore. I don't want to die. I want to live. I want to do cows again, but I am like 99% sure that it ain't going to let me make. But you gotta try. You gotta try, because now I can't wake up in the morning and do Nightmare Cows anymore, which is super annoying. Just so annoying. Alright, moment of truth. Did I mess it up forever? I'm gonna say yes. Just cause I've played this game before, but maybe they changed it. Really? I can't believe it! Alright! Alright. Oh, I feel so good. Yeah, Cow King here. I guess we just pop him now. Whatever. Awesome! You know, it's about time, because honestly, that was such an annoying thing. Alright. Now we can do cows happily. Oh, I feel so good now. I'm like looking at the clock. I'm like, do I really have time for this cow run? I mean, not really, but hey. It better not just be like a thing where it hasn't realized that I killed the Cow King yet. And then I did it twice. They had a Fanat guy that was here, a Conviction guy that was here, plus the Cow King. You know, potentially a really nasty setup. Oh, I'm so happy. Because not only now do I know that I get to keep making cows, which is good because I need them, you know, for the comfort of leveling and the chill time, but, like, it's fun to wake up and kill some cows, right? And not have to worry. You know, you just get to work on your dude. And the comfort of Moo Moo Farm. How long have I been muted? I don't know. I don't know how long I've been muted. Anyway, see you guys.